From The National, this is Trending Middle East. I'm Yasmin Al-Taji. It's Monday, April 21st. Here are today's headlines. Talks between Iran and the U.S. on Tehran's nuclear program are gaining momentum. Their second round of talks in Rome over the weekend has been described as a breakthrough. Officials and experts are saying the unlikely is possible. The negotiations were again led by Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and U.S. envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, mediated by Oman. Talks lasted hours and officials declared it a good meeting that yielded progress. The National's Mina AlDroubi reports.
It's the Omanis who've been shuttling through both sides, trying to get to some kind of arrangement during the last 2 weeks. And a lot of experts and officials have hailed this development as a very positive outcome.
Oman's foreign ministry said the talks resulted in an agreement to move towards the next phase of negotiations, aimed at sealing a, quote, fair, enduring, and binding deal.
Now, many experts have said that this is a great outcome because the Americans went in without, a full maximum pressure. I think they've kind of taken a little bit of a step back in their pressure on Tehran, which meant that the next round could be more of a technical talks, which will be focused on the level of uranium enrichment and its nuclear activities.
The ministry added, quote, the next step would ensure Iran is completely free of nuclear weapons and sanctions and maintains its ability to develop peaceful nuclear energy.
Iran is asking for the easing of U.S. sanctions on its economy as it's been hit really hard during the last couple of years. And, ordinary Iranians have been suffering economically. They've had great losses. We will have to wait and see what will happen next week, and even, what will Iran be coming out and saying in the next couple of days. But so far, from both sides, the talks seem to be positive, and it seems to be going forward.
An informal meeting is taking place on Wednesday to discuss what's been called technical aspects of the agreement. Iran's foreign ministry said the third formal round of talks is expected to take place this coming Saturday. Oman's foreign ministry said those talks will be held in Muscat. Iraq's politicians are trying to keep Syrian President Ahmed Al Shara from the Arab Summit next month. Several Iraqi MPs have signed a formal request to parliament that Syrian President Ahmed Al Shara be blocked from entering the country for the summit in Baghdad, set for May 17th. They're citing their objection to his past ties to Al-Qaeda in Iraq.
Iraqi Prime Minister Ahmed Al Shara confirmed that he did in fact extend a formal invitation to Mr. Al Shara to attend the summit. But here is the twist. It has sparked serious backlash, mainly from Shiite political parties and Iran-backed factions and even ordinary Iraqis.
Here's the National's Sinan Mahmoud to explain where this is coming from.
The reason is Mr. Al Shara's history with Al-Qaeda in Iraq. He was one of those who joined its ranks right after the 2003 US-led invasion that toppled Saddam Hussein and unleashed unprecedented Sunni-led insurgency in the country. And for a lot of Iraqis, especially the Shiite factions and families of those who fought or died in that war, this feels like crossing a red line.
The request is a rebuke to Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. He'd revealed at the Suleimaniya Forum in Iraq on Wednesday last week that he'd invited the Syrian president to attend the event in Baghdad. He told the National's editor-in-chief Mina AlDroubi at the event, quote, a formal invitation has been delivered to Al Shara and he is welcome to attend and participate in the Arab Summit, unquote. Following the event, a picture leaked of an unannounced meeting between Sudani and Al Shara that took place in Qatar last week. It was the first encounter between the two leaders, and it sparked outrage in Iraq.
There was no statement from the Iraqi Prime Minister's office on the meeting, but there were comments carried by the Iraqi news agency and attributed to a source close to the government, who said that the conversation focused on regional developments and Syria's ongoing crisis and that the Iraqi prime minister called for a comprehensive political process there. But critics here are not buying it. They see the invitation as a betrayal of Iraq's war sacrifices, mainly those endured by Shiites. No word yet from the parliament on when it will formally discuss the MP's requests, but it's safe to say that this debate is casting a long shadow over what was meant to be a unifying summit in Baghdad.
For a second year in a row, Christians in Gaza observed Easter Sunday in mourning. Celebrations were held in the shadow of tens of thousands of Gazans killed by Israel over 18 months of war. Good Friday services at churches in Gaza saw reduced attendance. Meanwhile, Israeli control over Palestinian movement challenged Easter celebrations in Jerusalem, too. The Israeli government announced it had issued 6,000 permits for travel to Jerusalem for the Christian Holy Week, but there are 50,000 Christians living in the West Bank beyond East Jerusalem. Israel resumed attacks on Gaza on March 18th, ending a truce that lasted 8 weeks as it exchanged Palestinian detainees for Israeli hostages seized by Hamas during its October 7th, 2023 attack that triggered the war. According to Gaza's health authorities, Israel's military retaliation has killed more than 51,000 people so far. That's all for this morning's headlines. You can get these stories and follow live updates at our site. Yasmin Al-Taji, The National.